Namaste. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Flotober class. We're going to be working on Hatha yoga for weight loss today. So it's a little bit more standing today than we did last week, with a few more poses involved and maybe even a little bit more. So who knows? Let's see what happens. But really today, this class is tailored and geared towards you using yoga as a tool to help you in achieving that body shape that you want, maybe losing a few pounds. And although we don't tend to look at yoga as an exercise, it can have really, really good effects on your health, your well-being and your body. So if you enjoy a little bit of yoga, then use it to that advantage, use it to what you need it to be for you. And we're going to really just be trying to sort of build the postures a little bit today, work on a little bit more, like I said, standing postures, and just release that kind of stress and anxiety that surrounds weight loss. And losing weight has sort of increasingly become a bit of an obsession to a lot of people. You know, we're on and off diets, we're doing lots of different things to try and achieve something, and the struggles are real. You know, trying to lose weight is something that's actually really, really challenging. I've worked as a fitness professional, as a personal trainer, as a nutrition coach for over a decade, and I've seen so many women struggle with this particular aspect. Even when doing things right, you know, it may not actually be going in the right direction, even though you're putting in all the effort. So we want to start afresh. We want to kind of, you know, take the body back to basics and actually reconnect with the body and start listening to the body. So we're going to start with a few rounds of sun salutation, and then we're going to move into child's pose and start on the floor, work up, and then work back down again. So really we're kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down, which is really a bit like the journey to losing weight. So if you want to bring yourself to a standing start, we're going to the front of the mat. So just bringing yourself up nice and gently. Move my blankie out of the way. So just standing with your feet together, toes to touch, engaging the front of your thighs, drawing the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Bend your elbows, bring your palms to touch at the chest. Nice big deep breath, really centering yourself. Connect with your body, connect with your breath. Nice big deep flowing breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. In and out. As you inhale, draw the arms up above the head if you feel comfortable. Do a little back bend here. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Draw the hands down through heart center, bending at the hips, drawing your hands down beside the feet. Inhale, stepping the left leg back. Drop the knee, untuck the toes, drawing yourself and your chest away from your knee. Exhale, hands down, drawing your right foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Try and press those heels down into the earth. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin to the floor. Slide the feet back, pressing into the earth, draw your chest away into cobra. And untuck the toes, draw the hips back, pressing into downward dog. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward between the hands, drop the left knee, untuck the toes, draw the chest away. Hands back down on your exhale, step the left foot forward, forward fold. Remembering here to try and keep the back straight. Trying to actually bring the tummy to the thighs if you can. Exhale, bend the knees, drawing all the way up. Hands above the head, drawing the hands down to chest. Good, breath in, breath out. Breathing in, arms come up, Bit of back bend if you're comfortable. Forward fold as you exhale, hands down beside your feet, right foot comes back this time. Knee down, untuck the toes, chest away from the floor, hands top of the leg. And drawing back down, taking the left foot back, finding that downward dog. Exhale, bend the knees, chest and chin come to the floor, hips up towards the ceiling. Untuck the toes, slide the feet back, drawing the chest away from the floor into cobra. Exhale, untuck the toes again, pressing back, find that downward dog. And stepping the left leg forward between the hands, dropping the right knee, untuck the toes, chest away. Hands down as you exhale, step the right foot forward, toes to touch, forward fold. Inhale, drawing yourself up, bending the knees, arms back and over the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, arms come up, bend the back. Drawing your weight forward. Exhale, hinge on the hips, lean it forward, hands beside the feet. Left leg back. Knee down, untuck the toes, chest away. Drawing the right foot back to meet the left, find downward dog. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin to the floor, untuck the toes, hips up to the sky. Exhale, drive the feet back, draw the chest away from the floor, cobra, keep the shoulders away from the hips. Untuck the toes, hips up to the ceiling, finding your downward dog. And exhale, right foot forward between the hands, left knee down, untuck the toes, chest away from the thigh. Hands down, stepping the left foot forward, forward fold. Back straight, deep breath in, exhale, bend the knees, drawing up. A little bit of a back bend, exhale, hands to heart center. Breath in, breath out. Inhale when you're ready, arms come up. A little bit of a back bend, exhale, hinge on the hips, forward fold, finding that depth, hands beside the feet if you can. Exhale, right foot back, toe down, drawing the chest away from the thigh. Exhale, hands to the floor, left foot back, find that downward dog. Try and get your heels down into the floor, draw your kneecaps up and lengthen through the spine. Inhale, bend the knees, chest and chin to the floor, hips up to the sky, untuck the toes. Drawing the feet back, exhale, arch up into cobra. Untucking the toes once again, drawing the hips up to the ceiling, finding downward dog. And stepping the left leg forward, right knee to the floor, chest away from the thigh. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping the right foot forward, toes to touch, forward fold. And bending the knees as you exhale, drawing up. And hands come to heart center. Staying here for a couple of breaths, just finding your balance, finding yourself, connect with your body, just feel what's going on. Close your eyes if you want to. Good, lovely deep breath in, arms come up, exhale, bending at the hips, fold forwards. As you exhale, take the left leg back. Right leg back, find your downward dog, bending the knees, coming down to your child's pose. Bringing your hips over your heels, resting your forehead on the floor. And then if you want to here, just rolling your forehead over, just massage your forehead and your third eye. Connect to the earth, connect to the body. Nice big deep breath in and out. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Just centering yourself down into the mat, taking your time here to just be with yourself. And when you're ready, we're just going to go one more round of breath. And as you exhale, just slide the hands forward, take the legs back, flat onto your belly, bringing your arms down by your side. So just resting forehead onto the earth, having your arms down by your side, remembering to keep your shoulders back and down, so don't let the shoulders just collapse. Keep yourself engaged, keep the legs together and engaged, just zip up between the legs. And then as you exhale, just find yourself, and then with the breath in, just lifting up into locust pose. Now we're holding here for 6 breaths. So just, if you need to come out of this, then that's absolutely fine. Just do so. Just try to lengthen down through the shoulders, through the arms, towards your toes. Just gazing forward towards the edge of your mat. Feel your belly pressing into the earth with each breath. Two more breaths. As you exhale, relax the chest down, bringing the hands up next to your chest, next to your shoulders. Finding your toes on the mat, just untucking the feet here, pressing the toes pads into the ground. Exhale, drawing yourself up, coming through tabletop, maybe step the feet forward a little bit. Find your downward dog. So just try and press into the earth with the hands. So using the base pads of your thumb and first finger, just really pressing down into the earth. Spread your fingers out wide. Roll the eyes of your elbows forward, drawing your spine long and your heels down into the floor. Engage your thighs, lift your kneecaps. If you're struggling here to bring the knees into the ground, just bend one knee, pressing the other leg down, and then just swap to the other side. Just find the length in your body. Pressing into the hands, drawing yourself towards your belly button. 6 breaths here. Good. 2 more rounds of breath. On your exhale, just turning your right foot out slightly. Step the left foot forward. Finding that length through your body. Press the right heel down into the floor. Keep the front leg bent. The left leg is bent. Exhale, lift. Drawing up, warrior 1. Just making sure that your right toes are at about a 45-degree angle inwards, so they come towards the front corner of your mat. Lengthen up, lifting up through the crown of the head. Draw your back hip forwards. So you want to try and keep your hips pointing towards the front of your mat. Spread your fingers, engage your fingers. Imagine light beams coming from the top of your fingers towards the ceiling, just gazing up a little bit. Sink in, just find depth in your warrior. Engage through. If you're finding that your outside, your front knee is dropping in, just try lifting the toes up a little bit. Bring them down, just engage that core. Engage your leg. Depth in your warrior. Beautiful. Good stuff. As you exhale, one more round of breath. Just gently start to roll yourself around, finding warrior 2. Draw your hips forwards and out a little bit. So you're now starting to rotate through your torso, finding that length through the arms, finding stillness and height through your torso. Feel the front leg working. Gazing down that front arm out through your middle finger. Now you can turn your back foot here. If you find it a little bit uncomfortable, turn your back foot out a little bit more. You can turn the foot to a 90-degree angle along the back edge of the mat. Find your comfort in your warrior two. Holding here, 6 breaths. Good, when you're ready, exhale, rotate that top palm, the front palm to face upwards. Exhale, drawing yourself up. And taking a mudra here, so gesture. Take the Jin mudra, finger to thumb. Just extending your back arm down your leg. Looking up to your hands, just finding that length through the front of your body. 3 more rounds of breath. As you exhale, just straighten up, bringing the arms out, turning that back foot, if you haven't already, to a 90-degree angle, so it's level with the back edge of your mat. Your left foot is facing forward, your arms are still extended out. As you exhale, straighten that left knee, and then just tilt yourself over, taking your left hand towards the end of your mat, and then bringing yourself over, finding Trikonasana, finding that length through your body. So don't allow yourself to collapse into the leg, just finding that length. If you were to take your hand away from the floor here, you would not move, you would be in the same position. You are not supporting yourself on your arm, you are holding yourself through your core. Beautiful. 4 more rounds of breath here, find that length. Look up towards the ceiling if you feel balanced enough. Stretch your fingers up. If you're struggling here, maybe grab a block or a book, popping it under your hand. Just give yourself that height through your body. It's absolutely fine. Actually, using the blocks and the bolsters actually helps you find more depth in your practice, so use them. Good, as you exhale, just very gently start to lift your torso up, finding height, turning your left leg to face forward, so both feet are now pointing forwards, bringing your hands onto your waist, lengthen up through the spine, relax your shoulders down, draw your elbows back a little bit. When you're ready, exhale, just hinge forward, coming all the way down. Wide leg forward fold, finding that length here. You can bring your hands to the floor once you're down. And just drawing your weight down, bending the elbows if you can. Maybe bringing the hands back a little bit so they're level with your feet. Taking a few nice big deep breaths. We're staying for 8 rounds of breath here. Use this posture here, although it may not feel like a resting posture, just use it as a rest. Allow your upper body to just relax for a moment, just allow the blood to come back to the head. Reconnect with your body. Beautifully done. And then when you're ready, just bending your knees ever so slightly, just pressing yourself up, half lift, draw the feet in, turn the toes out, and then bring the bottom down, bringing the elbows to the insides of the knee, palms together at heart center, finding your garland pose or Balasana. Really sort of root yourself into the earth. And always smile in this posture. It's always one that can feel a little bit challenging. Again, here you can make use of the blocks if you want to. If you haven't got blocks at home, maybe using a book or two, just popping it underneath your hips, Still drawing the hips out, pressing out through the elbows into the knees. Just finding that depth in your posture. Feel the work that's going on in your hips, in your tummy, in your lower back. Excellent stuff. And then when you're ready, just another round of breath in. And as you exhale, just gently pressing up into the feet, drawing yourself up tall, turning the feet in. We're going to the back edge of the mat now, but we're still going to face outwards. Okay, so the right leg is... Where is the right leg this time? So the left leg is going backwards this time. So just standing nice and tall. And just, again, centering yourself in your standing position. When you're ready, we're going from here. So just exhale, taking the left leg back. So you want that 45-degree angle or 30-degree angle, so the toes slightly pointing towards the front corner of your mat. Turning your hips forward so you're nice and long. Bending on that front knee. Finding that depth in your warrior one. Inhale, draw the arms up, gazing upwards towards the ceiling. Deepen in. Pressing into the back edge of the back foot, just finding that depth. Feel the engagement down the leg into the earth. So you've got more weight on your back leg. Use the muscles, use the back leg, use the strength there. Holding it here, 4 more rounds of breath. Beautifully done. As you exhale, just turning the hips outwards slightly, maybe turning the foot out a little bit more. Finding your warrior two. Lengthen the arms out. Feel as though you're being pulled in both directions, but it's equal. Drawing yourself down, finding the depth in your warrior two. Lengthen up through your torso, draw your shoulders away from your ears, looking down towards your middle finger, keeping your front knee bent again if you need to. Just lifting the toe, straightening the knee, engaging the thigh, rolling that thigh out. Feel the muscles working as you're holding the posture. Warrior is very intense posture on your thigh. So just finding that depth there. We've got 1 more round of breath. As you exhale, turn that front hand up. Finding that Jin Mudra, going into reverse warrior. Still finding that engagement through your legs. Feel the muscles firing. 1 more round of breath. And as you exhale, drawing the arms up, straightening through that front leg, turning that back leg out so it's 90 degrees parallel to the back edge of your mat. With your arms at shoulder height, just tilting yourself over, finding that length in your torso, and feel the difference one side to the other here as well. You normally have one side slightly tighter than the other. But again here, just finding that length to draw your torso away from your thigh. You're not putting the weight on your hand. We'll stay for 6 breaths. Use your block if you need to. Feel the heat coming from your body now. Feel the work that's being done. Getting sweaty doesn't need to be jumping around. 2 more rounds of breath. As you exhale the next breath, just drawing yourself up slowly, turning both feet in. Hands come to the chest, to the waist, tip forward, coming down into your wide leg, forward fold. And again, we'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. And again here, you can use your blocks here as well. So if you're a little bit tight and you're not quite folded over, maybe using the block just to allow yourself that lift in the body. This can help immensely in trying to lengthen the spine at whatever height you feel that you're at. So if you can't quite get the hands down comfortably to the floor, make use of the blocks, make use of books or whatever you've got that you can put your hands on securely. One more round of breath. Fantastic. Bending the knees, drawing the feet in, coming back through to Malasana. Garden pose. Hands come to heart center. Fabulous. Bringing the hands to the floor, gently drawing the knees in, coming to Vajrasana. So, Thunderbolt pose. So we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. We're just going to center in. Taking a moment just to allow the body to kind of process what's just happened, what we've just done. If you're feeling a little bit hot or if you need a bit of a drink, then feel free, just have a little sip, not too much. Don't want to cool down the body too quickly. And then when you're ready, just bringing the hands to the floor, finding the tabletop. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, the back is level, breathe in, arch the spine down, look up towards the point where the wall and the ceiling meet. Exhale, lower the head and lift the spine. Inhale, lower the spine, lift the head. Just working your way through cat-cow a few times here, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Be active in your arms here, don't just rest on them, be actually active. Spread the fingers, engage into the floor. Feel the body moving here, maybe find a little bit of organic movement. If you want to do some barrel rolls through the belly, just moving in circles. If you want to move sideways, just find it what works like nicely for you, what feels good. Good, we'll go one more. And then we'll just level the spine there. As you inhale, you're going to draw your arm up. Exhale, drawing under. We're just going to stretch the spine briefly. Bringing the shoulder down to the floor and then walking your other hand up towards the top corner of your mat. Just finding that threading of the needle pose. Cheek resting on the floor. Hips up towards the ceiling. Roofs of the feet down on the mat. Length through your side body. One more round of breath here. Walking that hand back in next to the face, drawing yourself up. Arm coming back up towards the ceiling and then down to the floor. Same to the other side. Now drawing the arm up. Exhale, drawing under, shoulder to the floor, cheek to the floor. Hand up towards the top corner of the mat. On your next breath, just walking that hand back down, pressing into the earth, taking the arm back up towards the ceiling, back down to the floor. And then when you're ready, just swinging the legs around to one side, drawing yourself onto your bottom, and then just sitting with your legs in front of you. Engaging up through the spine, keeping that length. Shoulders are down and relaxed. And then just gently tip yourself back. Keep your body weight securely on your core muscles. So try and keep that back nice and straight. Now we're going to go for Narasana. Nadrasana. Boat pose. So just leaning back and then just gently bringing your feet up off the floor. Now you can take your hands away from the ground. You can bring them to the heart center if you want. You can just extend them out if you want. Keep your knees bent to start with, just finding that balance, finding that flow, and then gradually when you're ready, you can start to think about lengthening the legs up straight, holding that balance, keeping the spine active and engaged, nice and long, holding here. Two more rounds of breath. And then lowering the legs down, bringing yourself up tall, and just stretching down a little bit, just keeping the back nice and straight. Keeping the shoulders down and relaxed, just holding your ankles if you want to there, just lengthen through the spine. If you can, maybe holding on to your big toes with your peace fingers, just draw your elbows out and just lengthen yourself down, keeping your feet active, keeping your back straight. Deep breaths. Two more rounds. And as you exhale, just lengthen up and go for toes, drawing yourself up. And we're going to shift down to laying on back now. So we want to come down onto the back, bending the knees, lifting your right leg up off the floor, crossing it over the left, and then tucking the toes underneath the left calf if you can. Finding those eagle legs there, bringing the arms out slightly wider than yourself, and then gently just rolling your legs down to one side, just feeling that depth and stretch. You can use your left hand on top of your right knee just to pull it in a bit more. Feel the stretch coming down into the top of your hip. Holding it here. One more round of breath. And on your out breath, just gently drawing the knees back into the center, relax the back down, untie the legs. Bringing both knees back to bent position, lifting the left leg up, hooking it over the right, and then again, if you can, just drawing the left foot underneath the right calf muscle, and allowing that leg to just roll down to the right side. Again, just feeling that stretch working through the hip. With one more round of breath, gently allow the knees to rise back up to center. Uncrossing the legs. Drawing both knees in towards the chest. Hugging them in for a moment. Just a breath or two. And then taking the leg out. Taking hold of your big toe with your peace fingers. So your ring finger and index finger. Drawing the elbows in towards your armpits. Drawing the knees in towards your armpits. Pressing the back down. Shining the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, just holding there, happy baby. Now here you can rock if you want. Feels nice. You can straighten the legs if you want, if your hips and your hamstrings will allow it. Just finding a nice place here. This is a happy place. It's a happy baby. If you're able to control yourself rolling around on your back, it's actually quite a lovely massage across the lower back. It can really help with just releasing any tension that you might be feeling in the lower back. I'm just going to hold it here for a few moments. Rocking and rolling. Ready, just nice and gently, just bringing the soles of the feet in together, holding the soles of the feet, just press the knees out there, keeping the shoulders relaxed and down if you can. Holding the ankles if it's easier, or gradually lowering the legs down, opening the hip flexors, so keeping the soles of the feet together, just bring the feet down, keep the knees wide. Now if you find you're in this position and you're getting a little bit of discomfort in your hips and your pelvis, just get a couple of pillows and pop them underneath your knees just to give you that bit of support. But just holding Supta Baddha Konasana here, just giving your hips a moment. And if you're comfortable here, then you can stay here actually. You don't need to come into corpse pose, you can stay here for your Shavasana. Or if you want to, after a few more breaths, we'll go into corpse pose for organization of Shavasana. Just taking a few more rounds of breath. Good. And then if you want to stay here, then do so. If you want to come out, just lengthening the legs out, bringing the feet apart. Just bringing the arms down by your side, but not touching your sides. Just allow yourself to just become one with the earth, with your mat. Just become one with the floor underneath you. Just sinking down, 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 down. Relaxing the body. Relaxing the mind. And allow your body to process what's happened. Just relaxing here in Shavasana. Relaxing from the very tips of your toes to the very top of your head. And from the very top of your head to the very tips of your toes. Just relax. Relax all of your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your glutes and your pelvis. Relax your lower back. Relax your middle back. Relax your upper back. Relax your tummy. Relax your rib cage. Relax your chest. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Relax the sides of your shoulders. Relax your upper arms. Relax your elbows. Relax your lower arms. Relax your wrists. Relax your hands. Relax your fingers. From your fingertips to your shoulders, just relax your arms. Relax the neck. Relax the crown of your head. Relax your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Relax your throat. And relax your mouth. Gently, and when you're ready, just take some nice big deep breaths. Just start to bring sensation back to your physical body. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Maybe turning your head from side to side. Extending your arms up overhead, giving yourself a nice big stretch from toe to fingertip. Bringing your arms back down by your sides, and when you're ready, just gently rolling over onto your left side. And just curling up like a baby. Just find freedom in your body, in your mind. And then gently pushing yourself up to seated, finding your seated pose. Closing your eyes as you come up. And just sitting here, resting your hands on your knees. Lengthen up through the spine. Straighten the neck. And just breathe. Use your belly. Feeling the belly rise and fall with each breath. Just looking inwards at yourself, being kind to yourself. The heat that we created within your body is now dispersed. And what we've done as movement, we've integrated into ourselves. We've changed something within us today through this practice. And just remembering that we don't come to the mat to do yoga. We come to practice. We come to try and find stillness in the pose. Try and find stillness in the mind and stillness in the breath. We want calm. We find balance in our body and we find balance in our mind. We find balance in our breath. We let go of all else that's troubling us for a moment. We give ourselves permission to actually do something for ourselves, for our bodies, for our soul. And we feel good for that. It's important that you cultivate your inner voice and you practice listening to the whispers of your heart. Practice trusting your intuition, what you really feel, what you really know. Practicing until that voice is the one that you hear. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle. Let yourself learn to hear the gentle and trustworthy words of your heart. Breath in, bringing the hands to your heart center and just rubbing your palms together to create heat. Keeping the eyes closed, gently placing your palms over your eyes, blinking in that warmth within your hands, bringing the energy inwards. Deep breaths, holding there, rubbing the hands up over the head, down the cheeks, down the neck, bringing the palms back together. Deep breath in, exhale, namaste. Thank you so much everyone for joining me again for this evening's Flotober. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's practice, and remember that if you want to join me for any other yoga or Pilates classes throughout the week, then just check out the Nourished at Home fitness classes, workout Pilates, yoga classes, and come and join us for some of those. But until next week, take care. Thank you very much. Namaste.